program started in the late 1980s, and it really started out the back loading bay in the alley, where they were just handing out bags of food to people as they came up through the alley. And then we started to deliver to people who weren't able to leave their homes.
Well, our grocery program is a vital resource for most of our clients. We're serving probably close to 1,200 individuals and families who can't afford groceries on a day-to-day basis and need to supplement their grocery for themselves and for their families so that they have a nutritional balanced diet.
My personal connection is that I actually got to know AIDS Vancouver long before I started working here, when I would come through the grocery program with my dad. And I had a lot of stuff around fears and, dealing with his diagnosis. But what I found here was none of the judgment that I expected to find, and we were greeted with such deep respect and caring that it meant a lot. It meant a lot to me. We create a safe space for people, and for me to be able to be that person that greets them now, it's wonderful.
I think that people who are clients here are much more comfortable coming to AIDS Vancouver because these really are their people. They see the same faces week after week. For some people it becomes a social issue, coming in, having a good gab while they're waiting in line for the grocery. And the staff are also exceptional here. There's a lot of compassion. They're very friendly, very open, very supportive.
Maybe feel less frightened and less alone, and there was a place for me to go, when I needed advice, and even just simple caring. Between AIDS Vancouver and St. Paul's, I think they saved my life.
It would be great if we didn't have the need for the AV grocery, but unfortunately, there are still many of the people that I see coming through AIDS Vancouver Grocery Program that will not access the general food bank in Vancouver, the Vancouver Food Bank, because they just face too much stigma and ridicule.
I think here, what they get is it's enhanced food security in that they're weekly able to see the same people. It's a smaller group. And that kind of community is important in terms of safety and in terms of just comfort.
Basically, somebody comes and they'll check in at the front counter, and then they come and they get a basket and they go through to the stations and choose which food they want to take, much like you would at a grocery store. The goal and the vision of the program is to provide the most nutritionally relevant food to people as possible. But the stress of the funding, really it's become about putting food on the shelves. And so to actually realize the goal of the program, to provide nutritionally relevant food, would be amazing.
I mean, having something like this, it screws up your head. And there's just there's still a lot of people out there who hear HIV or AIDS, and it's a monkey disease, or they frown upon it, or they feel that it's self-inflicted. This is your fault because you made a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes. Right? We all do. Some have a very high cost. That's all.
Our operating expenses are actually covered by Vancouver Coastal Health. So that's over and above the food purchases. But the actual food purchase comes from fundraising events, donations. The BC Gaming Commission has been a big supporter for the past 4 years now. Another supporter that has been significant for the past 3 years is the Shooting Stars Foundation. We're very grateful to them. And Elizabeth Taylor AIDS Foundation has been a supporter as well.
Well, our mandate is really to provide funding to direct service HIV/AIDS agencies, and our focus is really on programs that provide food, medicine, and shelter to those that most need it. It's nice to be able to say that our money has bought, X dollars worth of food, and it has actually made, a difference. It is a significant portion of the budget, and so it's great to be able to see, you know, the money actually at work.
It's not meant as a main source of food. However, in the surveys that we've done, some people have indicated that it is their main source of food, which is a little alarming, and just speaks to the need for us to be able to do more. When I think about the fact that we give out 2 apples and 2 oranges, like for one person, 2 bananas, that doesn't go very far.
We would ideally probably double what we're currently providing. If we want, right now we're only able to serve clients every 2 days a week, every 2 weeks over the course of the year. So there's many weeks that they go without food. We would like to do something about that and plug that gap.
The important thing, I think, is for the public to realize that there still is a huge need. The HIV positive population, if you like, is still growing, sadly. And any sort of donation that people are able to make, whether it be monetary or actual food items, would be really, really fantastic. It really helps a great deal.